It's safe to say we are entering a very important time for Destiny 2. The Edge of Fate reveal is around the corner, and Bungie just gave us them feat pics for free. Like, this is the type of content you expect to be held behind a paywall, specifically behind some silver, but I guess for you Microsoft simps out there, there is some hope. But jokes aside, we have a fun discussion about the future of Destiny in this video, which is starting next week with the Rite of 9 Dungeon Pantheon-ish experience. I'm sure we'll be getting more details at the reveal on that, but before we jump into it, just want to say, if you guys enjoy the content and want more from me, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell to be notified on when I do drop more content. With that out of the way, let's talk about the exciting future. This is a pivotal moment for Destiny 2. We got a new content pipeline promising 2 expansions per year. These, of course, are smaller compared to something like the Final Shape, but akin to Shadowkeep and Rise of Iron if we were to give some examples. The goal, based on what they said, is to provide more content to all of the game and just not major expansions. So personally, I'm excited to see how this plays out. Now, when it comes to the pricing of this new era, things are looking like they are staying the same based on some leaks. So as we were figuring out the chess puzzle, we got leaked pricing on the collector's edition for the next year of Destiny. They are dubbing this the Year of Prophecy, hinting that not only will this next expansion be dealing with the 9, but also the other one that will be closing out the year. The price, at least for this edition, is at $275. Now, since this will have physical goodies, there is no word on how and if tariffs will affect that price. As someone who personally buys the collector's edition, because again, I mean, the Final Shape, I have the literal tower next to me. It should be intriguing to see if tariffs and stuff like that will affect it, but again, we don't know at the moment. For the other editions, expect the annual edition to at least be $100 based on the collector's edition staying the same, and we will probably have a package expansion deal for the 2 expansions priced at $50, which is in line for an expansion like the Final Shape. I know some people have been, fairly divided because frankly, no one knows if we are getting less content or just the same amount of content priced at the same exact way we've been doing it, even though we do know as of now it's only going to be 1 new raid and 1 new dungeon. So at that end, at least at the end game part of things, we are getting less, but they did say a Pantheon experience is returning at the later half of that year, so maybe not. Let's see. At least seasons are coming back, I guess, via the roadmap. So with the actual story here, it truly does seem that Rite of 9 is a full-on prologue for the next expansion. The Emissary is a part of the Rite of 9 stuff, and as we saw in the Edge of Fate teaser for the reveal, we gotta look at her toes. I mean, her floating in some area, and we are likely seeing another teaser for the expansion at the end of an in-game cutscene with the Drifter, specifically the one you get when you finish the chess puzzle, but they released that on the web if you want to see it. Whatever this planet is, it's very likely that this is where the story will take us. Something is knocking at the door, as Drifter said, and it is very much the 9. And they do have divided thoughts on the events of the Final Shape, which is very intriguing to see how that will play out in the narrative. Drifter being a key part of the story makes sense. I hope he, continues. He's had some very good stuff with Heresy. He is the most connected to the 9, so I think it's a safe bet. I also hope Xur takes a step forward for something important in the narrative. He is a part of the 9, so no excuse to keep him and his Star Horse on the sidelines in this case, but again, we'll see. Lastly, before, the story stuff out the way, I think a really important part is going to be the loot for this year of Destiny, specifically the weapons and armor. This past year, especially in Revenant and Heresy, Bungie has given us a tease on the shifts they are planning with weapons. RNG drops have returned, with crafting taking more of a back seat, though still present in the game. Adept versions of seasonal weapons have been a wonderful change, so how much more will this new tier system shake things up? I know a lot of people are talking about the story and the size of the expansion, but remember, this is a looter shooter. Loot is important, and at least until recently, crafting has done a ton of harm in my opinion. This answer needs to be clear with weapons, and the same thing goes for armor changes. Things here are going to shake up a well-established part of the game. We're talking like 6 years of this exact same armor system. For the first time in that timeline, armor is once again going to be a chase every player will be embarking on. It can enhance builds, it can enhance certain other stuff. It's practically based on what they said going to be as if we got Destiny 3, or at least a Destiny 3 armor system. To go beyond 100 stat limiters is going to be crazy, as well as armor now having origin traits. If I were to give a clear example of what they were talking about when it comes to build stuff, it's going to be massive. But at the same time, the answers here need to be clear. This is Final Shape levels of important. And when I say that, I don't mean it's a do or die situation. I know some people might be a little bit doom and gloom on that for trying to say that for some weird reason, but it's a time in the franchise that can have us begging for more goodies or frustrated at the experience, begging for changes like we were doing in the first few acts of Echoes and Revenant. So I'm excited to see where this new era has in store, and based on the conclusion of Heresy, feels like the community as a whole is in a much better place than we were back in Act 2 or Act 3 of Echoes, if I were to give an example. But with that out the way, that's pretty much the video. Really looking forward to what's going on. Really excited for some of the stuff with the reveal and things like that. Excited to get into the Rite of 9 with those weapons. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and curious on what you have to say on the matter. We are going to be getting a fresh update for the game next week. While not a new season, certainly something to look forward to. So if you want more content from me, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell to be notified on when I do drop more content. If you guys also enjoyed the video, be sure to drop this video a like, helps out the video a ton. And as always, thank you guys for watching. It is greatly appreciated. That's all I have for this one. ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.